Hello, hello, hello. The lights are off. It's a late night. It is 2:22 a.m. Oh, nice. 2:22, make a wish. 2:22 a.m. We didn't get to go live tonight. We got my girlfriend's niece here, and we are going to the Minnesota State Fair this week. I'm taking some PTO, but that's not till later, and so I'm getting stuff ready at work, but I had to do stuff with them, so I had to do some work tonight and make sure my team's ready to go for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that I'm gone this week. I don't take PTO all that often, so got to make sure everyone's good to go. We have some South Park Phone for Team Wars review for you. Team Wars 34, I believe. Could be wrong on that. My numbers have been wrong lately, but I think it's 34. We have a couple good matches here for you. A couple losses for a change. I've got about, I think I did the math. I've probably got about a 95% Team Wars win rate. I typically go 15-0. Sometimes I'll go like 15-1. It's pretty rare I'll go 15-2, honestly. A lot of the times I'll lose one on the Adventure Lock or Moody or something like that. But if you go 14 out of 15, that's about 30 or 93%. So for a little bit higher than that, let's say we go, on average, I would say probably 14 out of 15 is pretty fair. Because then on some weeks we get 15, this week we lost twice. So yeah, I'd say 95% win rate on Team Wars. And probably consistently at that. So losses are rare, but these ones are actually kind of interesting. And we'll get into it. We have a couple good wins as well. So thank you so much for stopping by. I also have a Band-Aid on. Don't mind that. I got a little Albus scratch, and I got a little antibiotic ointment on it so I don't die to cat scratch fever. Because our little boy likes to dig in the poopers. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. This is going to be posted Tuesday morning. I usually have people to help me with this because you guys are going to be in chat, but I got no chat, so it's just me, baby. It's just me, but we're going to have some fun tonight, so stick around. We got quite a few, and because we got a couple losses, that means it's going to be longer because the matches are going to go longer. Although these ones are a lot of fun early on. We have the Adventure Lock leading with the Slave after the Randy. Don't hate that. I don't. Randy was what? Timmy versus Randy. I don't know why you would pick Randy over Timmy. Just simply because Timmy is so much slower. He's so much cheaper. One less energy for that range card is actually pretty impactful. And then, well, I guess, no. There was a time where Catapult did spawn 3 rats. But it does feel like changing it to 2 kind of makes it weird. This is an interesting setup. Now, thinking about it, I probably should have not used the super fart and then just dealt with that. But I'm not sure. This is kind of an interesting setup here. I definitely survived a little bit there. Not having the Mysterion out really hurts you. But I was thinking maybe Bebe would get a bunch more hits and get a bunch of those heals, but like I also wanted to try to save the other people, and I think it was the right choice to super far kill all those rats. We killed all those Coopers, so it worked all right. We played the Coop. Now we're just kind of getting it, so maybe we could play Nicole and break the Slave. We could Satan and break the Slave potentially. We'll see what we do here. Wouldn't be bad because Satan would die anyway, but this isn't bad if we get the Mysterion down and then Slave breaks us. No, something broke Slave. Hold on, let's go back. What broke the Slave? Oh, it must have been Timmy and Bebe with the plus 48 actually did break the Slave. That's pretty awesome. So that was very useful for us. And then he ends up dying from that, so that's good. These two shouldn't be able to break the Slave, so hopefully our Slave survives. Slave living. This should be fine. I mean, these two, I think even if these two hit at the same exact time, it's a pretty good couch. I think even if those two hit at the exact same time, they wouldn't break. So. Can we take the Mysterion out? Yes, we take him out with that backside boost. No Satan. I was hoping no Satan because he had the energy, or he wouldn't have the energy. AQR here wouldn't be bad if he was leveled, but he's level 3, so it's a dumb card to play. Instead, we're just going to boost I guess I didn't get the memo. It was a dumb card. I didn't realize it was level 3, but that will kill them eventually back there. Ooh, the Belf is a little early. It's a little early. Pushing back. There's only 20 seconds left though, so we'll see what happens. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good pushback. The cows coming home to roost. Will we be able to Satan them? Yeah, you probably just have to Satan. Oh, but no, the cows pushed back just perfectly. 5 seconds. Can we stop him? Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. He gets us. He gets us. Can we stop it? No, we're going to get smacked. Unless the rats can get there. Defeated. Oh, yeah, I forgot we lost one on the adventure lock, too. The adventure lock, though, I mean, that's just levels. I didn't have the levels to deal with. Honestly, I think playing the AQR was a big mistake. I honestly probably just did not realize it was level 3. But that team did win first place, so no harm, no foul. I think that first super fart was the right play. That didn't really hurt me. Not being able to defend. I should have Sataned. I think I should have Sataned that middle push instead of using the Inuit on it. I think I should have Sataned. I think having that health out there would have been really, really useful for the rest. But then, you know, if you play the Satan there, they could potentially get a lot of value when they play their cows. Because Satan is really the part of the game this week was sort of like, can you bait the Satan and then play the cows afterwards? But the Coop and the Nicole did play very well together if you got it working. I think Nicole was a big push. Free-to-play whales went Aerostorm instead of Coop, and I personally don't really agree with that. The other top teams went Aerostorm instead of Coop too, but in my opinion, the argument is that you can Aerostorm like the BHK, the buckethead killer. No, the bounty hunter. But I mean, you have Alien Queen Red, you have Satan, so it's like it's not the worst. BHK, I didn't feel like BHK was the biggest win condition this week. So I felt like having the Coop to build the Nicole I felt stronger with that deck. Because you know I had 6 matches on Dire Tide with that deck, and it kind of felt stronger. But that was kind of a gamble to play the cows, but was in a bit of a lead, and they just ended up wrecking through them because the slave isn't helping, and the Bebe isn't really helping either. Bebe doesn't do a great job. Bebe does not do a great job. Oh, I gotta up my thing a little bit, up my brightness a little bit. All right, now we got Barney Stinson's apprentice. Pretty good name. So he's a misogynist in training. All right, so the Mysterion lead is probably the best this week. It's nice to lead him behind New Kid because then it's harder for them to play cows against him. Any of the range cards, Bebe and Timmy was not a bad start. I don't think starting cows was a good idea because they could just Satan it potentially. This is a pretty good backline getting built. Now, one thing about Nicole, doesn't matter how boosted she is, gotta hit each one of those guys once. Good hit by the Bebe. Mysterion not getting the hits. Smack, smack. Smack, smack. Good hit here on the Mysterion on New Kid, and then Bebe finishes the bar. Not really sure why I played the rats, just kind of slow playing. The Bebe does get it off, sadly, but the rats are going to come home. Nicely done. Probably a good time to play cows, honestly. His cows versus my cows. Super farted him. Look at it. We just have a wall of cows. So we super farted his cows to push him back a little bit. Hilarious interaction right there. With the BHK coming through. I mean, that plus 48 on the cows is pretty brutal. Now, could you have Aerostorm that and stop it? Aerostorm doesn't really deal with the cows. It does deal with, I mean, if you can get BHK, hit the cows, New Kid deals with it. It's not the worst. not the worst. Yeah, so Aerostorm probably was technically the better card, but I really did feel like a bet. I feel like I saw Coop more often, and Coop was nice to have against the enemy Nicoles and Coop because it was easier to get consistent value. You know, you can get quite a few stacks from the Timmy, from the Rats, but like in comparison to somebody else who's getting the Coop stacks the whole time, it's not as good. We had levels on this one. And I'm not sure what he was doing with the Bebe and stuff. We make sure the Bebe's hitting. I played that a little poorly there. I lost the Rats to the Timmy, but this worked out pretty well. Bebe died and then came back to life there. Could have been impactful if she would have retargeted after she died right there to the Cox and gotten some heal. That could have been interesting, but now you just play it out. I mean, you could play Stampede. Stampede probably is fine, yeah, because I was going to say he just played 7 energy, so it'll take a while for him to get even the 3 energy it would take if he was at 10 energy. So they should just wreck through, even if he's able to get the Satan. Nicole wouldn't be killed. All right, now this is interesting. We caught this guy. This guy had a not great Sunday night. We caught this guy twice in a row. And we take him down back to back. And 7,500 is a pretty decent rank, so you'd expect him to be a decent player. But I think the problem was his team doesn't have great levels. So you can see here how much time he had to sit there and wait until my Mysterion got into a place where he could do something about it. So he lost a lot of energy just kind of naturally there. He got his Mysterion out though, so pretty decent value. We're kind of trading here, but we're going to use the BHK to heal up and get extra boost. Not really healing anything necessarily because I don't think the Nicole had any damage, but extra hits on the Nicole, always good. I mean, that's 5 energy that's going to get absolutely deleted by the Nicole, and I don't think it's enough. It's just, the problem with AQR is it's just so slow. I think the option, if they would have, I think with longer time, they would have changed AQR to do more damage faster. To double the amount of damage it does, or not change the amount of damage it does, although it's technically unlimited. It does end eventually, but it's a ton of health. But if this is a problem because my Mysterion, but we ended up breaking through the slave there. Not exactly sure what broke the slave there, but there's a good Aerostorm so this is what I was thinking. Aerostorm against the cows like that is really only going to be useful if you already have a push. You already have health out there. If you have no health out there and you use that, the cows are still going to take a bar. Mysterion getting the hit though, oh, that's brutal. A lot of energy coming out there at the end for him. We won't have the energy for it, and we take him out. And I'm not sure which of these matches came first. I didn't have it sorted in that way. But we do get the same guy twice. We actually got him twice in a row, which is interesting. And I wonder if that's something that they changed. Because my understanding was that it was impossible to match the same guy twice in a row. I've matched the same guy in Team Wars before, but it was typically, there was one match between it probably, or I was on a different account, but we got the same guy. But I've never matched the same guy just straight up twice in a row on the same account, 2 games in a row. Where it couldn't possibly have been that he played a match or I played a match. So I'm wondering if these recent updates that they did isn't maybe part of that change, and they said that they were making the game experience better. So you kind of guessed there'd be bug fixes there. But what if some people were having an issue even finishing their Team Wars because, you know, I do mine at 2, 3 a.m. sometimes, but usually it's like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., or 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m. That's kind of my range for when I do it on Sunday nights. Sometimes I've done it as late as 3 a.m. on like holidays and stuff, and it's not, I don't have to wait 15 minutes for a match, but that's still, I think there's still 4 some hours left, depending on, you know, maybe there's some people in the UK waking up in the morning and doing their team wars, whatever it might be. You're not going to maybe have a great pool at 4 and 5. So that last hour, if you can't match up the same guy that's playing when there's only 2 of you playing at the end, maybe they change that so that there were some people who were not being able to finish that were now able to finish. I probably didn't need to play my cows there, honestly. I think that BHK would have just lit them up. You know, Slave would have gotten stacked. But the Slave getting pushed to New Kid like that so fast was actually pretty great. I figured the Satan was coming. He didn't wait, though, so the rats didn't get hit. We got me with the rats there, or with the super far. That's 8 energy right there he just dropped. Come on, little Coop. Come on, little Coop. Oh, nothing. That's unfortunate. We're just going to slow play with her. Maybe with the Timmy. Maybe get a good Satan off. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Hitting the Mysterion, too. Just slow play here and get... I mean, it's a good Arrow Storm. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad Arrow Storm. Yeah, just break through this. You know that he can't cycle back to the Satan because the Satan's still alive. That's definitely not going to help. We get the preemptive fart on him. Nicely played. I think that was the first match, if I remember correctly. All right, now we got Mexican Joker. I feel like we match up against the Mexican Joker a ton, but also it could be a bunch of people with the name Mexican Joker, so no real way to tell. So he's just dropped 10 energy right there. So right now we're just thinking, okay, let's build our counter. How are we gonna counter? Rats isn't terrible. I like the Nicole first. Get the rats out there. We're definitely dropping 2 here. All right, the Mysterion, though, taking out the Inuit is very good. That's 3 energy that is kind of sort of wasted on his part. These rats are a danger to New Kid, too. Okay, he gets his Coop out. I would say Bounty Hunter right now to get heal stacks off of the Coops, potentially. But also, you want to get that. Yeah, I don't hate that. You kind of want to play and maybe bait the bad AQR because the AQR would be too slow. We're in trouble here. We have to think about the fact that eventually he's gonna hit us with the Satan, or with the cows, so we have to keep our Satan alive. Now those rats were absolutely destroying her on the top side. Very brutal, and you see how much health that Bebe has. She wasn't even tickled. She wasn't even tickled by that. I decided to make that choice because honestly, I didn't realize Timmy was hitting New Kid there, but I made that decision because she played the AQR, probably didn't have the energy for the Satan, and even if she does, that Bebe is not going anywhere, so we counter, baby. Well played. Almost got it taken from us there, though. Well played. We had some pretty hairy matches this week. Had some pretty good ones. Had a couple bad ones, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We were distracted this weekend because, like I said, we have our... It's not my niece, it's my girlfriend's niece. But man, it's crazy. She's 12. She plays Fortnite. She literally says skibbity. It's the wildest thing ever, dude. It's wild. She unironically said skibbity in a sentence. Skibbity something. I can't remember. She used it as like a qualifier to an adjective. Like if you, it's kind of like how we would use the F word maybe. Like if you're lame or you're effing lame or something like that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like you're skibbity lame or something like that. It's like maybe it's their way of saying a swear word. They like made up a swear word. They just made up this adjective qualifier that just means awesome stuff. Now that BHK should have probably died there if that Arrow Storm wasn't level 2 or whatever it was. So this is definitely levels winning me this matchup. Otherwise, that Arrow Storm could have been kind of dangerous. We got to play the cows before the Nicole dies. No, she's going to be taken out. Then we play the cows after. Schmack. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, no, our table is broken. All right, the Inuit hit. I think the Bebe hit at the same time and dropped him to a huge chip on that last bar. Brutal. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're going towards 6K subs. We're at what, 5,200 now? Beautiful. We're still growing. Also, make sure you check out any other game that I'm playing on YouTube. means a lot. Man-Bear Pig, you forget the Man-Bear Pig was a choice because he was the wrong choice. But you'll see later that like maybe he wasn't the wrong choice. I don't know. It is something to note that the cow stampede there maybe a good play. I'd really have to test that in practice, and unfortunately we didn't pick the Man-Bear Pig, so you can't really practice against it. But if you play, like, let's say that the Man-Bear Pig is sitting right here, and you play your cows so that the Man-Bear Pig like maybe hits the cows once, but then just like follows the cows backwards. Like, would Man-Bear Pig follow the cows all the way back to the other side, or would he break the target and turn around and go to your new kid? Because that's, if he doesn't follow, it's a really bad play. Because one thing about the Man-Bear Pig is it was Man-Bear Pig versus Satan, right? So if you see the Man-Bear Pig, they're not going to Satan your cows. So if they have the Man-Bear Pig, they were really, really susceptible to the cows. And unfortunately, you'll see I wasn't really able to exploit that later on. But, you know, if I would have had another chance at it, you know, maybe we could have worked. There's a couple moments in the games that we lose later that really, not necessarily out of my hands, but a little bit of randomness that I couldn't do anything against because of the way that they played. It was a gambit on their side, and it paid off for them. But it's one of those things where, like, if it doesn't work, they lose kind of thing. You know, that's kind of my idea for the Man-Bear Pig. Like, it was potentially good, but also Slave can potentially protect against the Man-Bear Pig forever, right? So like, it's an interesting push-pull there, but you'll see that it's definitely potentially valuable. But I think over the course of 50 teammates for 50 matches, that Slave's gonna be alive for a while. Over 50 teammates, 50 matches, it's gonna be more consistent to run the Satan to be able to deal with the cows. Otherwise, you're gonna have your teammates losing to too many cows. Now this is a great setup. We got that BHK lighting people up. I feel like BHK should have healed right there, but BHK getting 2 heals there, which led them to the promised land. 40-28. That's an incredible stack of health there. Oh, and he misses the one that was plus 40 with the Satan, and now he can't stop the cows with the Satan 6 energy out, and truly the just feeds the rats right to him. Truly, the Satan was really the only thing to deal with the cows this week, other than like your own cows. Playing on top of them deals pretty good damage, and then it's like you'll only lose 1 bar. You'll almost always lose a bar there, but then you're not gonna lose 2, at least. But those level 6 cows really get crushed by those level 7s. It's the one thing that keeps the flavor alive on this channel is the fact that I don't have level 7 cows, because level 7 cows make this shit easy mode. I feel like it's so hard to lose a match when you have level 7 cows and they don't. Alright, so this is a good setup because BHK is going to absolutely stack. So I maybe should have played Nicole there since the Timmy was out. Neither here nor there. Would have been nice if the middle rat and the bottom rat would have gone together on the bottom there. Maybe would have hit New Kid with a little blast. But this is just an incredibly strong setup here because we're just stacking our Slave until Slave can break the Slave, which is going to be a pretty damn good Slave boost. So if Slave's at 120 boost and is one-shotting the Roosters, that's just pretty strong. The AQR was mostly just because I was at a pretty good energy lead there. We have a nice backing here. And that level, that 168 is still rolling. He had to go around the rat there. That was annoying. Now the catapult dies. Bebe taking all the last hits. Can't actually hate on that. The Slave coops come out. Mysterion spawning at a not a bad time, but not a great time. We're taking this chance to get our Mysterion out in case this guy ends up turning it around on us. But the Timmy has plus 256. If that's not gonna break the Slave, then I don't know what will. And we push Timmy right into the spot so he can hit New Kid. Boom, baby! Timmy hits New Kid with the plus 200. What a fun match. What a fun match. Good times. I don't know why my screen just did that. All right, we got Night Shield Ray. Friend of the stream, friend of the show. Good player. Been around for quite a while. Let's see what happens. We got Timmy. We got a good lead. I think Timmy behind New Kid might be the best lead. Maybe Mysterion's better. Probably Mysterion's better. Best lead is probably Mysterion into Timmy for the slow play, but obviously if they like play cows right after, you can't really do that. There's a lot of Timmys going on here. Now this is a potentially dangerous situation, but fortunately he almost got no value from that Bebe there. I feel like it was a little bit of trouble there, but okay, that was a decent push. Okay, we're basically giving up the Bebe. No, we didn't give up the Bebe. We're deciding that she lives. The BHK with the heal, incredible. Very nice turnaround there with the setup that wasn't great. That Mysterion was a nice thing to play when, you know, Slave was my right play, because I had to try to avoid that Mysterion. We had to potentially give him up, but the Satan comes out, and like I was saying, now our cows are in the clear. I wanted to take this time to get my Mysterion out because he had his Mysterion. So this is pretty good. If we kill, ooh, that's okay. I mean, that's okay. It makes him deal with that. If we would have killed the Satan there, it would have been really good value. So it does make sense. Really right there, what I should have done is use the cows on the Mysterion right there and just kill the Mysterion, and then we know he doesn't have the Satan coming back at us. So now I'm thinking, okay, I need to stampede on the bottom ASAP, because there's nothing he's gonna do about this. He can't Satan me. Nicole is gonna do okay, but Nicole can't deal with the Osimo in time. So now this is really good that the shield went on the New Kid there, so that cows weren't hitting it, because then my Nicole was able to beat up the Osimo for another 2 hits, I think. And this wasn't a bad play. Hiding the Mysterion in there like that, kind of interesting. But we had the Satan ready for this. We're in decent shape. I like the BHK. Yeah, not bad. Good setup. I mean, maybe it would have been better for him to play the Bebe way at the bottom to try to hit my BHK, but plus 8 rats is actually pretty brutal, but they just immediately get melted. But can that BHK get there? BHK is there. The AQR coming. Grabbing one because we got some homies that know Night Shield. And dropping it on him. BHK getting the last hit on New Kid. That's actually pretty great. That's actually pretty great. All right, now we got Wicked Willy Goat. All right, now here's the one we got to figure out where we went wrong. I watched it again last night. I feel like there's not a whole lot I could have done. So right here, I mean, lead cows, super fart. I should have cycled the super fart. Probably I wasn't thinking that. Should have cycled the super fart, then maybe could have led the Mysterion. Into the Timmy though isn't great, but would have been good. I think getting Mysterion out like right when everybody attacks. Okay, that is what I planned. That was a little bit unfortunate though. Like if I would have, so that was the first unfortunate thing. If I would have played Mysterion a little lower, Manbear Pig would have started hitting the Slave, and then Mysterion would have maybe cleaned up the Timmy, although the rats probably would have stopped it. I mean, that was probably a bad play. I think I trusted AQR a little bit too much. I really probably shouldn't have played her at all. I should have waited for the Satan probably. And even right now, I probably should wait for the Satan and just Satan it clean up. I could, like I said earlier, I could cow here because they don't have Satan in return. So if I played cows on the Manbear Pig, he's going to be attacking the cows, potentially get some good value there. The Satan isn't great because they're about to die. This isn't bad though. Like, in all reality, I didn't deal with the Manbear Pig that poorly. But 2 things happened here that really screwed me. One, the Manbear Pig hit me again there. That kind of sucked. But if you see here, my Slave dies and gets broken the second time, the first time right. And it's not Timmy's ability. It's not Bebe's ability. So it's just so lucky because it wasn't just the Timmy. This is just the complete luck that the way that the health worked out to where it broke, to where it added the 176 up to where the half mark was perfectly within it's like 15 damage where the man bear pig can break the slave by himself. And it was just so unlikely. Like those two, like the part of the reason I played the AQR was because in my head, that slave was gonna sit there for a while until probably the Mysterion spawned, because nobody was gonna break that slave heal out of those two, or maybe the Timmy ability, but I can kind of control what hit the Timmy ability. I could just play the rats and prevent that if I wanted to. But just brutal damage there. But I would say dealt with him pretty good there. I felt like he shouldn't have gotten that second hit off. Like, why did he get that second hit off? Like, oh, I guess it was the Bebe that hit. Okay, it was the Bebe that took the bar. So Bebe was still alive. Bebe's hit took it right before Man Bear Pig, and Man Bear Pig doesn't have to restart. Okay, so a little bit lucky there as well. Now this part, pretty good. The Coop play on his part was, I think, poorly done. So I have the chance to come back here, but I made a mistake because I'm thinking, okay, counter and get ready, build up, build a counter push. But he just had the energy too quickly. And then that play right there, that Bebe broke it for me. If I would have just waited, if I would have waited a fraction of a second on that Bebe, right there I would have had the energy for the Satan. And that was just hilarious. That was actually kind of hilarious what happened there. What happened there? The Bebe, or the Nicole gets pushed by, and this is where I felt like, you know, having the Coop would have been nice, but the Bebe, or the Nicole gets pushed by the cows here, and the Nicole gets pushed back and killed. Nicole gets perfectly pushed into New Kid and goes for the attack right when the other cow hits so that it breaks through and just one-shots me. Now, would I have stopped? I wouldn't have stopped the bar with the Satan, so I would have had the energy right here. I would have played the Satan. Might not have even mattered, actually. Might not have even mattered, because I think the way that the Nicole got pushed, it would have depended on how... Okay, so there's 3. So yeah, I would have had 4. Would have had 5. Would have had 6 right there. I could play them, start spawning them. Maybe the Nicole starts hitting me, but the Nicole was already hitting New Kid, so I don't know. I don't know. I think then the level 7 cows survive Satan a little bit. And this is the same team, got back to back. Unlucky. But so that one was like 3 moments of unluckiness, and then I think the AQR play early was bad, and then that slave break was just really tough. Now in this one, kind of a similar situation. This one was different in that he plays the Man Bear Pig early, and I never get my slave. Now I should have played Mysterion bottom side here, force him to, but then he could have just played, I'm not sure. Here, okay, so I definitely made a mistake here. Instead of playing, I was so stupid playing the AQR, I think. So, but he played, okay, one, probably shouldn't have played him right there because it gives the range the value, but I was also trying to protect my backline a little bit. But here I was still maybe in a power position. I could just waited on the Satan and played the Satan and gotten them all. But instead I was like, okay, I already AQR'd them. And I'm thinking, okay, how am I gonna get a counter push? I'm gonna get my Mysterion out and we'll be fine, right? So in my head, since I already AQR'd them, I wasn't going, like it was a waste to Satan them too. Now, so one thing was the slave was buried. I think the slave would have been really nice to have against the Man Bear Pig. the Mysterion versus Mysterion there. Mysterion taking my Mysterion out in one hit. Now that was kind of a mistake too, because those guys are gonna take a while to break the slave. And then here, thinking about it, I mean, we need 2 more energy to play the Satan. Playing the Satan would break his slave and our slave. Wouldn't kill our slave though. We definitely lose the second bar. And now this was almost perfect because Mysterion spawns perfectly right there. But because of the way my cows pushed, and like if I would have been thinking with the Mysterion spawning on the bottom, if I would have played the cows up top and they would have pushed in a line, that top cow would have gotten pushed out. Mysterion would have cleaned up, and then maybe Mysterion wouldn't have gotten pushed down so far and he would have been able to attack the cow up there. But this isn't terrible either because he starts hitting the slave. And now I play the super fart thinking it might save me, but thinking maybe the Nicole right there would have been better, and I hit him once. Do enough damage to kill him? I don't think so. So just a couple. That one wasn't. The beginning was unfortunate. I felt like I dealt with the Manbear Pig okay, but then just the level 7 cow. I think the thing is though, if my cows were level 7, my cows probably would have defended because he would have taken more damage from the stampede. Kind of unfortunate. This setup isn't bad, but you know, you hate to play into the Mysterion like that with the slave. But the other alternative was to play the Nicole, who I think would have gotten 2-shot there. So not great. Maybe would have gotten killed with the Timmy. Hard to know. Now Mysterion here, I would have actually liked it if he would have just went and smacked the new kid right there, because I definitely wasn't going to get him down far enough to break the heal. But we end up getting some good setup here. All right, Aerostorm's going to be nice here. Take out the BHK. So this is kind of the... I did that just to beef the Nicole up a little bit. Worked out actually pretty well. We have some good boost here. Aerostorm, we actually waited and we got the value on the Aerostorm. Did the Aerostorm break the slave? Or did the Nicole already hit the slave and break the slave? I think the Aerostorm broke the slave. So Aerostorm killed Timmy, killed BHK, hit all the cows, and broke the slave. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Better than Coop. I mean, I got 348 on the Nicole without the Coop, but 104 of that was probably the BHK. So it's kind of like, it's like I don't count it. Like, I don't count it the same. It's like saying, how much are you going to boost critters, but then you're playing Ninju, and it's like, well, you got a lot of the boost from Ninju, though, so it's like you didn't really get the best critter boost, did you? You know what I mean? Because it's really just like, you could just put BHK in and you could get an infinite BHK boost somehow. And then after losing those 2 matches in a row, and I was sitting there, 2 losses, 2 wins. My 2 losses didn't matter for our bracket. We won, we got 2nd place. We beat 3rd place by 60 points. We lost 1st place by like 60 points. So 50 points, something like that. So even if I wouldn't have lost these 2 games, we still would have gotten 2nd. So it didn't really matter. But sitting there 2 out of 2, if I would have lost the 3rd match, that would have put us into 3rd place, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. Because I don't think we beat... I had 86 points, I think. So we didn't beat him by 86 points. So could have potentially lost the 3rd place, or lost the 2nd place and gotten 3rd. But the game blessed me with an easy matchup for our... what would it be? It was 15. Well, I had one draw too, so it was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We had 19 matches this time around. A little bit of a longer one, but some of our wins were very, very short, so it didn't really add up to all that much extra time. But like I said earlier, I appreciate you guys for being here. Team Wars ups and downs. We hadn't taken a loss in quite a while. I mean, sometimes I'll lose on the adventure lock, and it'll just be such a level difference that I won't even show you guys it, because it's just like, what am I gonna do with like a level, like base level cards, or level 5 commons versus level 7 or something like that. If the other guy beats me and also has lower levels, I'll show that. But if it's like I get matched up against someone who has all, level 5 legends, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win that matchup. Save from a few certain weeks. I had a couple weeks where I had a level 1 manberry or a mintberry crunch that I Robined him twice, and he just did work. He just did work. It was a lot of fun. But I appreciate everybody for being here. If you don't know, my name's Glanzer. We stream every week. This week we have been not streaming though, because like I said, we've been hanging out with our niece-in-law, I guess is what she'll be eventually, and having some fun doing some skibbity toilet Ohio Riz. I don't know what they say. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Not streaming tomorrow, or today. Not streaming tonight because we're leaving for Minnesota on Wednesday, and then I believe we're coming back Saturday, so we could see you guys Saturday night depending on how wiped out I am from the drive. Otherwise, I will try my hardest to stream on Sunday for an extended period of time so that you guys don't miss me too much. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a good one, and good luck on your Team Wars this weekend, because I won't talk to you at all until then. And YouTube, I'm going to try to get videos out on YouTube every day that I'm gone. So be on the lookout for more videos, more Buckethead versus, more quick packs, more stuff from other games. Might get some of that High on Life playthrough that we got going. Either way, support the channel. It means a lot to me. Bye. You don't like the eye contact. You don't like it. You don't like it.